Hey there friends, what's going on? It's Kodiak here, back for another Assassin's Creed Valhalla survival guide video, and today we are taking on the third and toughest Daughter of Lerion, Cordelia. Now this is one of the most challenging boss fights you will face in the game. She's power level 340, and you'll actually notice that I am not in the clear with this fight. I'm actually taking on this challenge well before I should, around power level 290, and I still managed to do it, and I'm going to share exactly how I did that. Now the thing about Cordelia is that the moveset that we've come to know and love from all the Daughters of Lerion are exactly the same. There's not much variation in the three fights, but they do find a good way to inject some newness into the encounter. Now, Cordelia is the daughter that also has control over the lightning element, or the wind element, if you will. As you'll notice, that weak point is on her back, which is just as frustrating to hit as it is with all of the other Daughters of Lerion. And again, she has very similar movesets. You'll see I'll jump right into Focus of Nornir here. And of course, like the terrible archer that I am, I missed that weak point, and this is where things get interesting. You'll notice here, 3 projections shot out in a straight line. Very challenging to dodge those projections, but you can do it. Now, I would recommend doing the dodge roll, which is kind of the extended dodge, because it allows you to almost miss 2 of them and gives you a little bit more flexibility in terms of reaction time. Now, it's one of the variations in the fight. You're going to see the second variation soon enough, but I want to talk about the weapon here for a second. One of the things I've learned through the Daughter of Lerion fights is range is everything, and as you guys can see, I'm actually using Odin's Spear. We have a video on the channel if you want to learn how to get Odin's Spear, but I find that the longer reach weapons do a very good job at keeping me in a safe, comfortable distance away from the boss. Because of how fast they attack with their dual daggers here, or dual swords, whatever you want to call them, they are able to pick away at you and just make you mess up, and that's really where the Daughters of Lerion excel. Now, because I'm using the spear, I'm able to, 1, stay further away from the boss so that my dodges are a little bit more forgiving, and 2, I'm able to really chip away at her health without having to worry about any of her main movesets. Now, as you'll see here, I'm getting hit by those projections quite a bit. They are very challenging to avoid, but you can do it. You do need to manage your stamina. Like all of these boss fights, stamina is more important than ever in this boss fight because of those projections. You'll have to do 3, possibly 4 dodge rolls in very quick succession, and without the stamina to do that, you're pretty much just gonna get hit. And if you're at a point like me where you're well under geared for the fight, I would not recommend it, but you can do it. That is going to be a near one-shot. Now here's where things start to get interesting. Around the 50% health mark, Cordelia will snap into a new cutscene, and she'll fully embrace the wind and lightning elements that kind of make up this fight. She's going to snap back towards the edge of the room, and you're going to see her do this from time to time now until the end of the fight and call down these massive lightning strikes as you basically run and just trying to avoid any damage you possibly can. Fantastic ability. We've seen this in MMO boss fights, other boss fights in the world, but it's a really cool effect. Makes you really feel like you're inside of a Tempest. Now, after that 50% mark, nothing else really changes. She'll still use those projections. She'll still come at you with all of her various melee abilities, and as you can see there, that was finally a perfect dodge of those projections, which is nice, but all the defense in the world isn't going to matter if you can't actually get the boss's health pool down. And this is where things start to shift from a defensive approach to a more offensive approach. Now, I highly recommend you guys check out the Brush with Death skill in the Raven Tree. That's that pseudo slow time when you narrowly miss a boss's attack. That plus parrying her parryable abilities is going to be your best friend when it comes to chipping down her health. As you can see, it's taken me a while to get through this encounter, but again, I'm around power level 290, I think. She's around power level 340. It's just gonna take time. Now, I haven't even hit that weak point yet. Of course, that's going to open up the boss for a stun attack, and I think we get it right at the end of the fight here. There's that slow time effect I was talking about, and look, I'm able to chip away at her damage. I also snap into Focus of Nornir. More than just trying to hit that weak point, I'm also just trying to do damage. When it comes to doing damage to the boss, you have to focus on the abilities. There it is, there's that weak point. You have to focus on the abilities that are really going to make a difference. Focus of Nornir for me is a no-brainer, and obviously that stun attack does a ton of damage. Now, the thing about Cordelia is she doesn't have that many parryable abilities, so you have to find a way to open her up for an attack, and Brush with Death really allows you to do that. You see 3 attacks right there from Brush with Death, and then I also use the Viking Harpoon there to get the kill, put her down. Again, there is a big 40, 50 point power level difference between me and Cordelia, but you can do it. So don't let power level stop you from taking on this fight. Of course, for killing Cordelia, you also get a piece of Thor's armor, the gauntlets, and a key that will let you into the Lerion family vault. Now, if this guide did help you guys, please leave a thumbs up, and of course, consider subscribing to Legacy Gaming so you never miss a new video in your feed. And as always, friends, my name is Kodiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.